Test, test, test. All right, all right, all right. Test, test, test. Testing 1, 2, 3. Hello, radio. Hello. Test. All right. Seems like everything's working pretty good here. I've switched to a new software. It's called Camo Studios. I'm going to try that out for a little while for streaming. Seems like it runs a little better, a little smoother. All right, happy to see you here. I'm glad you can make it too. This is the Sunday night hangout. We just kick back, relax, and just hang out and pretty much just sometimes talk, just sometimes do nothing. I'm trying out this new software, and I'm really liking it. Get a little bit of tapping in there, because you know that's my favorite one, that tapping. Anyways, as you guys know, well, you guys that come here quite a bit, I really try to promote the phone. I find it when I'm out on shoots in my day job. What is that? This cable. So I find out when I'm out on shoots with a day job, I pack a lot of equipment with me, and this is in no way, shape, or form sponsored by me or anything. Well, I mean, it's sponsored by my wallet because I paid for this stuff. But I find that phones have gotten so good. And of course, my favorite, foam core. Then I creep up in the back. So anyways, where was I before I interrupted myself? Let's do this. So I find that when I'm packing a bunch of gear around, and phones have gotten so good, and I have the iPhone 16, and for you others know that my wife is still, so I keep my phone in her because she'll text me when if she needs me to say something or yell or something. My day job, I am a commercial photographer. I'm a commercial creative. So I do photography, videography, sound. I pretty much get together with a bunch of other people trying to figure stuff out and figure it out. But a lot of times I'm carrying a bunch of equipment with me. So when I want some behind the scenes stuff, I just grab my phone. And I noticed over the years, since they've gotten better, I use my phone a little more. There's really nothing wrong with it. Oh yeah, Colin 6616, what do I do for a job? I also am heavy into stock photography and stock clips. That's where this comes in. So I realize that a lot of times I don't have this big gear ready, but I'll pull this phone out and I'll shoot something. I'll put it up and it'll sell. So it really interests me, and I'm carrying it with me anyways. So I came across this. I don't know if you guys can see it real well. Pretty well built. It's got this mag mount head on it that's magnetic on both sides. But here's the cool part. You slam it on the ground and it opens up. And I didn't think that would be a huge deal. But you know what? It ended up being a real huge deal. It ended up being really nice. This thing's well built. It's a Craft Geek. I don't know, I bought it off Amazon. And when I want to shoot, so I've got my, if you look back on some of my other videos, I've got my, filters and stuff that go on it, but this ends up being, to get behind the scenes stuff with just this, can't beat it. Yeah, Geese, my wife's, she's in rehab right now. No, not that kind of rehab, but she's coming along real well. Everything's cleared up. She's back to complaining about the food and me not bringing her what she clearly told me to bring her. So pretty much, yeah, she's getting back to normal. But yeah, appreciate it, man. So this thing is pretty solid. I was just looking for something to pack with me. I have another one, but it's real cheap. This one here, it's metal. Worked out real nice. Again, you guys, I'm trying out a new software called Camo Studio. It's the first time I've streamed with it, and I'm getting some weird messages across here. You guys let me know if you see any glitches or anything. Yo, is that the 13 Rook? What up? Anybody else hear any buggy audio, or is that just me, or is it his trashy headphones? Let me know, anybody else. I do have some bubble wrap triggers running in the back, so you might be hearing that. Did your headphones just clear up? Now your headphones might be trashing again. Cleared up. All right, I just turned it down a bit. Should still hear that faintly in the back. Yeah, I was turning it in and out. You're solid, man. You should hear some blocks now. Sliding noises. Stacking these little blocks. Yeah, but I'm using this Camo Studio app. I really like this. It's one of the few easier to use, and it gives me your, I monitor your chat over here, but it also gives it to me on this too. So I'm thinking about moving this monitor over to here, making it a little bigger, if this works out pretty good. Quit using two of them. How do you like me now? Testing, testing one. All right, all right, all right. You know, mic brushing. I always really like that too. Yeah, but this is pretty plastic. Like I said, this isn't a sponsor. How do they say that usually? Craft Geeks didn't send me this. I paid for this myself. And they have no say-so in what I make of this video. But, you know, it's pretty solid. I mean, like you could whip somebody's ass with it if you had to. I mean, and it's got this long... I thought that was... It's just perfect. When you want to get some behind-the-scenes stuff, just slam. And if you're using like an Insta360 Go 3S, sticks right on there. Perfect. Because I started this week. I started the Quickie Cam. Thanks. Yeah, I know. I'm going to have to cut it pretty soon. I don't want to, but see, when you've been married for as long as I have, the only goal I have in my marriage is to just irritate my wife. But she got sick on me, so yeah, I'm going to have to cut it. Feel bad. Actually, I'm going to do it just to shock her when I walk in. But anyways, she comes home Friday. She'll be home pretty good Friday. And I hired a nurse to come and hang out with her when I'm out doing what I do. And she's pretty happy she's coming home. But anyways, I thought this was... It's solid. It's not cheap. It's not cheap. I mean, it was 30, 40 bucks. Oops, sorry, you guys. Like I said, that's so she can text me. Yeah, I can silence it, though, because I can see it. I was being a dumbass. All right, is that E-Ghost? Is that how you pronounce that? She was in a car wreck, probably 15 years ago. And as she got older, it hurt her back. Her back kept going, so she was having some problems between her L4 and L5 vertebrae in her back. So she retired, and I said, hey, if it's bugging you, let's go talk to a specialist about getting it fixed. So we went and talked to a specialist, and I hope you guys don't mind me sticking with this mic. When I'm in this ear-to-ear thing, ear-to-ear. So we went and talked to a specialist, And what they did is they went to her L4 and L5 and fused them. And then put this little clip cage around it. So she came home. And it shocked me, because it was like, we went and we had the surgery. She was there for a day. Had the surgery. Then she was there all day, and all day the next day. They sent her home. Told her, don't twist. Asked for help to get up. Well, of course, I'm a halfway okay husband. I was here. I helped her. I cooked. I did everything I was supposed to do. But when she would get up out of bed, she would, even though I installed a thing for an arm, I didn't bring in a hospital bed because she didn't want to. But I installed these things so she had, and she would call for me to come help her. But she would twist when she was in bed. And it created, the reason I don't want you to twist is that it might cause swelling. So they're trying to keep the swelling down. Well, because she was twisting and moving around too much, it swelled and pinched a nerve. So it compressed a nerve. So we took her back. I took her back. I actually called an ambulance, and they came and got her. We went to the emergency room. She was in pain. They took her into surgery, and they cleared it. They decompressed the nerve. It took us about 3 days to do it because my wife is 70. Shh, don't tell her I told you. She'll freak out. And a woman of that age, they don't like putting them in anesthesia a whole lot. And they're really worried about blood clots, and that's where our mind kind of was on that. So we go back in there. They're trying to get an MRI, but she can't flatten out. So they put her on antibiotics and pain meds, and so they can finally get her flattened out. But what they did is, they got her flattened out. Finally, they put her out. They found out that it was compressed. Where am I at? Yeah. Found out it was compressed. Went in, uncompressed it. Boom, bang, bing. There for another day. Bring her home. 2 days later, she starts running a fever of 102. She tells me, just give me some Tylenol. I said, no. I said, you just had back surgery, and you're running a fever, and you're 100 years old, and so packed her in the car, took her back to the emergency room. They would take blood and cultures because she's running a fever. They'd give her Tylenol and antibiotics, and the fever would go away. They would send her back home the next morning. We're here for a couple days. I cook for her. Everything's good. Starts running a fever again. A little bit. They call and say, hey, her cultures came back positive. Got to bring her back in. So I take her back in. Because of her age, they don't want to put her on anesthesia anymore. Start pumping her with antibiotics. They're taking blood draws every 3 hours. Pretty soon the infection's out of her blood, but they got to take a culture again. So they take a culture, and they find out it's out. Because a culture, that full blood, they take them to the lab and they grow it for a couple of days to see if they can get, the mofungo to come back. So it's all clear. Doc comes and goes, we want to get another MRI because she seems to be having some drainage. So they take another MRI. And what happened is the infection went down up her spinal cord. So it happens. The infection, because of the cultures, went up her spinal cord, up to her thoracic region. So the doc comes in and he goes, we're going to have to do a surgery, and we've already thought about it, and we think she's strong enough that we're not going to worry about it. We're going to put her underneath anesthesia, but we're going to have to do a surgery. So my wife goes, well, when? Next week sometime? Doctor goes, no, right now. So they took her back into surgery, and they went in and they cut her from her thoracic region down to her pelvis, and went in there and cleaned up her spine, pulled the metal out, refused it. Then they took her out, put a drainage on her, and have been watching her, and she's been there ever since. This started on the 24th of last month. They were worried about it paralyzing her. They worry about death. There's all kinds of stuff. Like I say, getting old doesn't suck, but take care of yourself. Not saying my wife didn't, but they worry about so much stuff going on that it's a pain in the ass. She's, I've got good insurance, so she's in a private room. But they wanted to put her in an old folks home for rehab. And I said, no. She's going to go to the institute right here, hooked to this hospital. And they said, we have no beds. So I took me and my lawyer down, and we talked to the admin, and all of a sudden, magically, a bed appeared. And she's been in there. They're taking real good care of her. I go pretty much every day. I take her lunch, and I take her dinner. Today, we have a big cat. A big cat. And it is, it's a Maine Coon. I'm not a cat guy, but after as much money as I paid for this cat for her, I am now a cat guy. But she's about 22 pounds. She's got 2 more years of growing. So she stands on her back feet. She can put her paws on the kitchen table and look at you while you're eating. That's how big she is. So I went down today and snuck her in for my wife to see her. And it was a covert operation when I got security in there, and they helped me get the cat in, and my wife gets here. But yeah, everything's going pretty good. Don't want that to be a bummer. She's doing real well. The one thing to understand is her back does not hurt anymore. They fixed. I mean, it's a hell of a way to have it fixed, but it's fixed. Didn't think you were going to get that, huh? Wow, this guy can talk. Oops, I can't mute the main. I can't mute the main. She went through quite a bit. I mean, she's married to me. I put her through hell, so this should be nothing. But yeah, she has went through quite a bit. But she's a trooper. Now, a lot of times I will talk about building relationships. When you hear the video tomorrow, when she went in here, I built a relationship with the security guards, joked with them. When I come in, I bring them donuts, bagels, donuts and coffee. They help me get the cat in to see her. I say stuff like, you got to get a little badge, sign in every time. So you got to walk around with a sticker on you. When they see me coming, I walk up and they fill it out. So you get one a day. Well, I took mine off. And the security guard goes, hey, where's your badge? I said, I had lost it. Well, how did you lose it? Well, I was saving a toddler from a charging rhinoceros, and it fell off. So now they give me a permanent one. I got one, it's in my wallet. I just show them. But yeah, build relationships. I'll talk about it like in tomorrow's video. I'll talk about a lot in Behind the Sounds and After Dark. And that's not just for my career. Anything in life, build relationships. It helps you out. If you're that guy, they remember. If you're that guy, you got to be that guy. I mean, don't be that guy, but be that guy. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, I'm really into this ear-to-ear thing. And I got a couple of you that like to hear me whisper. I'm just here to please. Here to please. And I really like this microphone better than using my two shotgun mics. I really like using this. Seems like it's so much easier to get ear to ear. Or I can even go like this. Turn from side to side. Check this out. Tapping. This here. This here. What do you think? When did I get started in photography? I was young, and I have a couple of videos about it, but since we're here, really young, my mom bought a camera, and I got into it. I ended up buying my own camera later. Figured out I can make money with it. Probably 84. Yeah, 84. 89 I turned pro. So probably 84. 84. Daffy Duck the Wizard. Yeah, man. We got Daffy. How long we been on? 42 minutes. That's it. That's all we've been on sport. It just seems like 10 minutes, man. You guys are cool. Now, for anybody that's new here, we just hang out. Nothing big. I'll talk about what I'm working on. But we just hang out. And I'm trying to pull off an ASMR kind of think Bob Ross as a jazz radio station disc jockey and a little fatter. That's what I want. Good evening. And I don't paint. I take pictures. I mean, I can paint. And I can sculpt, and I just don't like it. I like still photographs. Still photographs. I've said it before, and I'm going to say it again. I shoot video because I like to eat. I like to eat, you can tell. I'm a pro. But still photos. I have 24 frames a second to tell a story. Not still, but video. 24 frames a second. With video, with stills, I have one frame that I have to tell the same story with. It's a challenge. And with everything that's happening in the world, AI, now I use AI for my graphics on my thumbnails. In Photoshop, when I write the thumbnail out and I pick the graphic, that's AI. It's putting it in there how it wants to. That's how far I use AI. Now, AI is great because a lot of the times you'll hear me talk about how I do business is with the research. Now, AI is the bomb for research. It'll help you out. Sometimes it lies, but if I say, give me all the data you have for the impact of polyester on the Cuban immigrants, it's going to find that data. You picking up what I'm throwing down? You smelling what I'm cooking? So if you got to research stuff, AI is really good. Even what is it? Shit, I don't even know anymore. Whatever Google says, that's a really good one too. And it's pretty accurate. No booze, just tea. No booze. This is super satisfying. Oh, not that. But this is. Oh, yeah. A little loud, but. Yeah, Gemini rocks too. But yeah, when you gotta do research, you'll hear me talk through my videos about, for one, this isn't a business channel, this is an ASMR channel. But it's what I know how to talk about, so. And I'll talk about photography. I really like getting sounds, doing my own sounds, my own Foley, my own, and you guys eventually will with the Quickie Cam, because that's what I call this, the phone. That's my Quickie Cam. So when I want to give you guys a Quickie, I'll show you some of the stuff I'm doing. Yeah, but not for code, no. I don't know, what's the other one? Bart, Gork, something like that. I know Chat GPT, which is what I use most of the time, has a code section, and I can write code, but only for what I do. I'm going to zoom this in a little bit. I had it back so you could see the lightsaber. Yeah, I guess. The lollipop. I don't know. Howdy. Stewie, right? Stewie? All right, we're rounding around about 50 minutes. 50 minutes. I'm going to take a short break here right now. We're going to get a couple commercials, but I'm coming back. Yeah, I got you. Okay, code. I'll be back. I'll be back. All right, all right, all right. Here we are. So where were we? Yeah, this is an ASMR channel. But I was kind of, Bob Ross, fat guy, radio station kind of thing. And if you haven't been here before, you got to check out Cool. Cool, and last week Cool was a little different. Yeah, it was a little different. I talked more. Usually it'll be sounds I've made. But because everything that's been going on with, the nerve of my wife getting sick, I haven't been out making too many sounds. But next week we will. Or this week, Friday. And I've started After Dark. After Dark, I don't know if I've told you guys, but After Dark will usually be on Wednesdays. And I'll do it either with a quickie cam or when I'm out. If I get an idea or I want to share something with you, I'll do an After Dark. Something for Wednesday to break it up. And there's if you remember, the Monday video's already up. The Monday video's already up. You know what? Give me a second. This is the Monday video. Since you guys are my homies, that's the Monday video. If you want to check it out, early. And you don't even have to be a member. Early. All as well as can be, my friend. As well as it can be. There we go. There we go. This new software seems to be working real nice. My time. I am 100% straight up Irish. Believe it or not, when I wore a younger man's clothes, all the gray was red. Not like Ronald McDonald red, but like, amber red. The Bounty Men. You have an uncle named Laugh My Ass Off? And I'm mistaken sometimes from the time, but no, I'm all Irish. I just have brown eyes. Brown eyes. My dad had green eyes. My mom had blue eyes. Well, hey, that works. Best of both worlds. You know what good food is, and you know how to drink. Anybody here ever been to Ireland? Let me tell you something. If you drink, you gotta go. My wife and I, we went to Ireland about 7 years ago. Benroddy Castle. Now remember, you guys got to remember. You guys got to remember, I'm an old man. So, the other day could be anytime in the last 6 months. A couple of years ago, anytime between now and when TV was invented. That's right, best of both worlds, man. Best of both worlds. Now, I've been to Italy, because my best bud, he's a favory. And we went to the village he came from. And I tell you what, I had the best seafood I ever had in my life. You know what? And the Guinness there is much different than the Guinness here, because I drink Guinness all the time. There was so smooth, creamy almost. We went to Killarney one night. Killarney. And I walked, it takes you about 15 minutes to walk through the whole town of Killarney. About 15 minutes. Boom. I counted 28 taverns. Went into a tavern, ordered something to eat. I got lamb shank. Just delicious stuff. Delicious. And, of course, Guinness. Yeah, it's different here. It's really different. Still good, I think. It's better than that other crap. But there, oh man, there's just something about it. And every place has got it. I shot the Jameson distillery when I was there. The other year. Another really good place to go to that I really enjoyed myself was Victoria, Canada, Vancouver Island. That place was awesome. There's a little place there called Floyd's. And the breakfast and the food is incredible, and there'll be a line down there. And if you look at Floyd's, it's all pink. And all these younger folks, they didn't know what Floyd's was. They're going, Floyd's, yeah, it's pink. Pink Floyd's. Pink Floyd's, yeah. Yeah, my grandmother was from Dublin. My grandfather was from Galway. They hopped a ship with their best friend over here, and I was named after their best friend, and my given name is Coleman. All right, hey Daffy Duck, appreciate it, man. Ooh, night shift even. I got some plans for night shift. Appreciate it. That's Daffy Duck, the wizard. The wizard. Just became a member of the night shift. That's right, night shift. Now, Daffy, I've been planning some stuff. And there's these places I hang out that I want to do some tin can stuff with. I don't know if you know what that is, but this is my tin can mic. It makes it sound like an old radio. But I'm going to go get some, with night shift, some ambient sounds from some of these old coffee shops I go to do work, some of the places I go, and I'm going to do announcements over here on After Darks. That should be pretty cool. And I have a couple of plays that I'm going to do that's got a radio in there. I'm going to do the radio announcement with that. All right. Well, my given name is Coleman O'Gallagher. And I have been to the restaurant that some family members I never knew. We were at the Binradi Castle, and I was drinking at Dirty Nelly's, and I ran into people that I was actually related to, and they have a restaurant down the road. I ended up eating there for the rest of the trip for free. Family. Hey, I appreciate that. I'm trying to get it to have... Okay. I'll tell you guys again. Back in the day, I was traveling a lot. I still travel, but my wife's down, so I'm home a lot. And I used to try to travel at night. And at night, they had this, oh yeah, this is good for this too. They had this jazz radio station, Jazz Blues. And there was this guy on there. And he was kind of laid back. But the radio station was K-O-O-L, cool. Now we always say cool. So that's where the K-E-W-L comes from. That radio station no longer exists. But that's kind of what I wanted to recreate. Is cool. And that's where cool comes from. Oh, the Elvis mic, yeah, that's a Shure 55. Now mine is rebuilt. I found mine so it's a little different, but the same. My favorite drink, Bushmills over. Bushmills is hard to find to get an Irish coffee or an Irish. There's two drinks. There's an Irish cart bomb and there's an Irish train wreck. I like Bushmills. That's a smoother Irish whiskey. Very smooth, very nice. But if I can't find that, Jim Beam and ice, that's what I drink. Yeah, you see me drinking it sometimes in here. Hate beer. Unless it's a Guinness or a Heine. I like Heineken. The Elvis mic, back to the Elvis mic. The Elvis mic. I just always wanted a mic like that. And I use it a lot in my podcast. Yeah. Oh man. I sound so muffled, don't I? What do you think now? That lifts it up a little bit. I use this a lot in my podcast. Test. It just doesn't have that. Tonight it's just, there it is. Got to turn it down a little bit. I use it when you switch from the other mic to this one. It's just different. See, the condenser mic is so much different from because this is a condenser that is and I should have prepped it a little bit more. That is a dynamic mic. So it doesn't take any power. I mean, I've got a Fed head on it, so I gotta have power to lift that up. The podcast it's an internal podcast. See, the corporation I work for has about 25,000 employees. And we do I work for a huge corporation that owns 7 other huge corporations. Does that make sense? I'm managed by handled by a corporation here, but the other corporations are all global. That makes sense. Let me clear my throat. Yeah, that's how it works. I'm not on a lot of the podcasts. I'll do some voiceover, but I manage the podcast from here. So I put 2 other guys on. I'm the control room. And they'll hear me, and sometimes I do break in and talk, but not a lot. Like everybody else, I hate the way I sound in a recording. But I got about 10,000 of you guys that like how I sound, so who am I to argue? The Blue Yeti is a condenser mic, and that works pretty much like this one here. This one here is, see, so the Blue Yeti is going to give you a left and right. like this. This one here, this is about $400 and some change. The Shure 55, you can get the now one, the one that's this model, but this model was built in the 50s. I just rebuilt it. Used some parts from a trashed new one. Put it back together. But the innards are the same as the one in the 50s, and half the case is. Then I cleaned this case up. But the new one is supercardioid pattern. But it's a dynamic mic. It's a little more compressed. It's not as bright as your Blue Yeti. Yeah, I'm not real up on voice acting, but okay. Anyways, let me finish the Blue Yeti thing. The Blue Yeti is a great microphone. It's just got a ton of self noise. This has zero. This has got a lot of self noise, but very little. My Heil, flat. It's good. Now, voice acting. A lot of the stuff I do for work, there'll be a policy put together for something. Let's say I'm doing something for Paul. Now Paul they make water plants. When you want a water plant put in, you call Paul, they come put it in. I will sometimes get tasked to do the safety videos around it. And a lot of that is just my GH5, big battery, microphones, run and gun, shoot some of the parts I'm talking about, and then I'll voice over the safety stuff. I stutter real bad, and I mumble. So when I do that, it's a little different. I gotta really concentrate. So when I'm doing stuff, I can't be like doing this. I can't be going, well, yeah, when I work for Paul, it doesn't work. This whole thing I put together here is for me. It doesn't matter if I stutter. I don't care. And I don't stutter bad, not as bad as I used to. But you'll hear me take a pause. It's because I'm thinking. I don't want to stammer on the word. And it just happens to be that that's a pretty good voice for, like that right there, for ASMR. Because you get that pace, But then if I'm talking to you and I'm see, that starts happening. But yeah, I'll do the safety videos, and sometimes I step in when they need something else. I'll step in if I can do it. But yeah, a lot of my work is just putting all this stuff together for these other. You'll hear me preach a lot about. It's not always about the sound or the picture. It's about the plan, the process. But the pause, the pause. You'll hear me preach a lot about. It's the system, the plan. If somebody wants to hand you money, don't make it difficult for them to give it to you. See what I'm saying? So I always say yeah. How come I never say no? Because I'm too busy saying yeah. But yeah, that's pretty much what I preach. Oh, that might be my wife. Let me see what she's got to say. Nope. Somebody wanting to know if I want to extend my warranty on my vehicle. Yeah, especially when I do the safety stuff, because there's a legal part in that. So if I say the wrong thing and they do it, back to the thing, Paul, let's say I'm going to do a tank inspection. Well, then I just got to go, okay, step to the east of the tank, look up, if the if the dent is more than this, that, the color. But if for some reason I say something wrong, that leaves my company liable. So a lot of the times I try not to do it. I'll want somebody from legal to do it. But a lot of the times people from legal just suck. You know what I mean? It's like I have this young lady who wants to start shooting weddings. I know it seems kind of off the track, but she wants to start shooting weddings. So what she does is she takes the wedding she shoots, that she's paid to shoot, and she uses that for advertisement. Well, like having legal in them do it, those people aren't trained. So when she called me, I went and helped her. We hired models because a model knows what to do. They know how to move right. They know how to make what they're wearing look good. That changes everything. The same way with the legal. They're not there to talk on the radio. They're not there to talk on a video. I have some kind of knowledge of that. And that comes in handy. All right. There we go. Give me 2 seconds. All right, I'm back. Things that make you go, All right, we're at 1 hour, 22 minutes, 24 minutes. Hey, 25 minutes. I don't know, I enjoy getting on here and just bullshitting. Yeah, I don't know, it could be you. Mine, or I'm staying pretty level. It'll tell me if I'm dropping frames. It'll tell me. And I'm pretty happy with this software. If the frames per second were acting kind of weird, I would be way out of sync. Hey, David. Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. Just some place for all of us to come and hang out. That's it. Relaxing, hanging out. We can talk about anything you want. Hey, Daffy, am I breaking up? Am I out of sync? You think it's YouTube? You know what? They might be out to get me. They might be out to get me. Could be YouTube. It could be my signal too. But I'm not dropping here. Yeah, I'm staying pretty stable. Hang on. Yeah, I'm staying pretty good. Things that make you go, I'll have to check that out. Maybe I jump around a lot. You don't know. You know? Maybe. Could be. I move kind of odd too, so. No order 66. All right, let's take a break here for a couple minutes. I'll be right back. You know, that could be me. That could be my signal. They're working on stuff up here, so that really could be me. See if I can get some boom in there. Test, test, test. Should be a little more bassy. Shouldn't hear so much hum either. All right, well, anyways, with no more delay, just check out the new style I display. All right, that's good. And I look pretty solid. Usually it'll let me know if my frame rate drops down, and my signal seems to be pretty heavy. No problems there. RF cable. Appreciate it, man. You made me look good. Appreciate it. I know I've been getting a lot of see if I can make that a little brighter. I know I've been getting a lot of that damn AI. I've been getting a lot of notices, though, even through my work accounts, that they are having problems. Not like this, but count problems usually. All right. So you guys, I put a link for the video tomorrow in there. So all my homies that are here, enjoy. Wednesday, I'm going to probably do a quickie cam. I'm going to get you guys a quickie. I could be in here still, but let's see. So expect a video Wednesday. Friday is cool. Cool will be on. I should have some. I really dig grocery store, like Walmart, the ambience there, because then I can pull the mic, the tin can mic out and do announcements. And I want to do that. That just seems so interesting. So we're getting back on track. I got a lot of stuff planned, and if you remember, I got a ton of stuff planned for members. I'm really not that members are more important than, but I'm just trying to make everything cool. KEWL, the cool spot on your dial. Don't touch that dial, it's got cool on it. Anyways, ladies, gentlemen, fellas, it's been real and it's been nice. I appreciate it. Come hang out with me again next Sunday. That's right, hang out with me again next Sunday. We can shoot the shit a little bit. I can't believe I'm cussing on here. Can you believe that? But I'm going to kick off here. I got some stuff I got to do. I'm I'm really into coffee. Yeah, you thought I was leaving. I'm really into coffee. So I do pour-overs and stuff. And I've got a vacuum pot that I built. I'm going to have to do a video on it, but when I set this thing up, it looks like I'm cooking meth or something. It's just coffee. But I'm going to make one of those for my wife tomorrow and take it to her. She was asking about it. And when you're married for a long time and they ask you about it, they're not asking. They're not asking. They're telling you. You're being told. It's like when I moved to this house. My wife said, "Hey, let's go look at this house. We just want to look. That's all we want to do." My oldest son said, "What are you doing?" I said, "I'm going to buy a house. That's where I'm going. I'm going to buy a house." Because I knew. It's crazy. But she's coming home Friday. Appreciate you guys being here. Again, if you want to support the situation here, become a member. Or if you just want to help me with my coffee addiction, buy me a coffee. There's a link in the thing. Appreciate you guys being here. You guys all have a good night. And we'll see you. Well, I won't see you. You'll see me next Sunday. Later. Oh, I can't cover the thing.